Okay, we are Malachim II Perek Zion Pasuk Chav Dalet. Okay, today's December 15th, Monday, first day of Hanukkah. Okay, Pasuk Chav Dalet. So just before we get started, let's give a quick Hazara. So now we have Malachim II David, which is Nach Yehuda. We have Yisrael, and pretty much we just had that Klal Yisrael just got thrown to the Gullus, and it got thrown to the other side of Sambatian. Yehuda is still not in Gullus yet, not for another 136 years. And okay, so now just to understand the way Sancheriv worked was Sancheriv used to put people in the Gullus. That was his thing. That's why he put them on the other side of the Sambatian. So now he did the same thing to another nation. Let's see. Pasuk Chav Dalet. Yomi Melech Asher b'Bavel. So now king of Asher from Bavel, what he did was he took the people from Bavel. So he took people made Bavel umikusa ume'ava mechamas v'savriyanim. He took these four nations and he brought them Shomron. What happened? Klal Yisrael went now from the Shomron to Gullus across the Sabati, wherever that is, Africa, China, Afghanistan, whatever you want to say. But now the people, these Kusim, these nations, they went by Shomron. Now, unfortunately, say, what does it mean Shomron? What does it mean near Shomron, in the cities of Shomron? Is because the actual Shomron had a siege and was destroyed. So it wasn't necessarily in the Shomron, it was in the area of vicinity of the Shomron, Tach B'nai Yisrael. Okay? Now, they were put there in the set of Klal Yisrael, and these people, they took possession, they lived in the Shomron, and they settled in the towns, and that's where they lived. Now what happened? When they started fresh in the beginning, when they lived there, these people did not fear Hashem. So what happened was, Hashem took lions and started attacking them. Now, a couple of things. First of all, in Eretz Yisrael, there's always been reports of lions in Eretz Yisrael, even into the early 1900s. But this idea, the lions just attacking people and killing them and not eating them, is a very strange phenomenon. So before I should say that, it says here they went ahead and they killed them. They killed them, and that's it. Now, and also it could be you could learn that there was no attacks going on the regular day. So why all of a sudden is there attacks? So they said the reason is because we don't know. But they said He said, this Goyim, the nation, Tashvei Eretz Shomron, that lived in Shomron, and we don't know now. In other words, now that we came here, we came to Eretz Yisrael, and we don't know the rules of the land. Right? In other words, he's saying is that the land is going and killing people because we don't know the laws of the land, and therefore they're telling Sancheriv, what should we do? We need to figure out what's the rules of Eretz Yisrael. Okay, Pasuk Chav Zayin. So the king of Ashur, Sancheriv, said, he took one Kohen, a Kohen that came from the Shomron. He took him, and he brought him back from across the Samaria. He brought him back to Eretz Yisrael, and the year Mishpat, Aretz, and what? And he should go ahead and he'll teach them, the laws of the land, teach them how it works, and that's what he'll do. Okay, so so they said that. They said this Kohen, and he went and he taught them how to be Yireh Hashem. Now, what does that mean? So first, explain. He went ahead and he taught them that they have to serve Hashem. Okay, and in a minute, I want to see that they did avodah zarah still. So how's it possible? Like, what did he do? So he knew this Kohen knew if he go ahead and tell them, you have to serve Hashem, they're not going to listen. So he did was he told them, continue doing avodah zarah, but understand who powers the avodah zarah. It's not powered through the getch; it's powered through Hashem. So you're dancing in both places. On one hand, you're serving Hashem, on the other hand, you're also serving the avodah zarah. But the understanding is that who powers avodah zarah? That's Hashem, and that is enough to stop the lions. And that's what happened. Now the whole argument, if the Gei Arayos are real Geim or not Geim, not Geim or not, it's close to the Gemara. The Gemara brings down Machlokes if they were or not the real Geim. The Gemara in where is it? The Gemara Kedushin. The Gemara says Amar Rabbi Yechanan, Amar Abba Bazavda, Amar Rabbi Chanina, Rabbi Akiva, Rabbi Shua Levi. So B'Shmuel Savar Kusim Gei Arayos saying Kahanim and the Kahanim they were Psulim. Right. And that's what it means in the pasuk. We'll see in a minute. Which means the ones that like the thorns. In other words, these were not the good ones. And that the Ma'azel Shah means no. It means the same pasuk. And the way Rabbi Yechel is, it means a bechir shebehem. So two ways to learn it. Some say Pshah was at this point. Of course they weren't. real because they served Avodah Zarah as well. Later on, maybe they became real Gerim. So possibly, okay, anyways, there's many ways to understand it. Let's just go back to it. So anyways, so what did they do? They became Gerim and they served Hashem. Each one of these nations that came now from Bavel, that came to the Shomron, each one served the Avodah Zarah that was back at home. They served their Getchka. The also okay, so each one served their Getchka like that. Like I said, fine. Bavel also Sukkah is Banais. The people of Bavel, they serve, Rashi learns it means the hand and the chicks. Kos also Nargal. Rashi learns that means they serve the rooster, some type of rooster of Avodah Zarah. Chamas also Asima. The people of Hamas, they serve the goat, or like a wild ram. The even Bavayim Asu Benechaz, the Esa Tartark. So Rashi learns that means a dog, or they serve the Chamar, a donkey. Vesavarian, Sarfin, Bahem, Ba'esh, and this people they burnt a child in the fire. And I guess that was like a Malach type of Avodah Zarah. The Admamelech, Va'anamelech, these two, which Rashi learns means a mule and a horse, they served Elihei Sarvyanim. Okay, they served so again, they served Hashem and they served Avodah Zarah. Now, V'yirayim as Hashem, and they served Fear Hashem, V'yaslahem Exasam, okay, that's a pasuk I said from before, and the Kohen had Bamas, V'yoisim Lahem, but they Bamas. So they did both. They did Hashem and they served the Bamas, they did both. Okay, V'yas Hashem Ha'yirayim, V'yas Elihei Ma'yoidim, the fear Hashem, they also worship the gods, the Avodah Zarah. And similar to what happened to the Sach Shvatim, who served the Avodah Zarah and Hashem. Now, did Hashem cause them alliance? No, so that they kept enough to avoid alliance. Until this day, they acted according to what they did earlier. Any Yirem as Hashem, any Isaac Chukas Mishpatam, Katayra Kamitzvah. So same thing, they didn't follow the ways that they did both, and they didn't follow the ways of Hashem. Now, the next few psukim is two ways to learn. Rashi learns it's referring to the Kusim. I think the Radak learns it's referring to the Sach Shvatim. That what? The pasuk just to go through what they did wrong. Hashem as some bris, Hashem made a bris with them. It's Avalema, like Sira like Hamachirim. Hashem said you shouldn't serve God, you shouldn't bow down to them, you shouldn't worship them, you shouldn't bring commands to them. Only serve Hashem with together Mitzrayim. I see to road. Hashem, that's the one you should feel. That's the one, and not to the Avodah Zarah. Okay, that's a chukim at some mishpatim. Now it's referred to chukim mishpatim and mitzvah ashakasav lachem tishberun. Last is called Yomi le'siru lekemachayim. So again, you should follow Hashem and you should do the mitzvahs and the Torah, and you should not worship other gods. Now bris asher karas itchem and lo tishkacha. Don't forget the bris I made le'sira elihim achayim. You shouldn't follow other gods. Follow only the Hashem. Ki'im Hashem elikechem tero, and who you fear just Hashem. Who yatzil laschem b'yad, and He's the one. Hashem is the one that will save you from your enemies. And the last passage now, which seems to be referring to the Kusim, and they didn't listen, and they did like the original. Again, I mean, you really learn it's referring to such Shvatim also, and they didn't listen to the Hashem. The you goya ela yirei mes Hashem, and they listened to Hashem. And they said they did both. Gabaneim, their children and their grandchildren. Kasher also avaisam, just like their forefathers did. Heim oisem ada yemezeh. They did until this day. So again, like there is, you can't both, and to be and because if you do both, you're in trouble. So that's what Hashem is saying. I wanted one, just follow after my ways. And tomorrow it's Perek Ches, the famous story, Perek Yud Ches, the story of Chizkiah, of the son of Achaz. We'll see he was the opposite of his father. He was a big tzaddik. He was one of the top. Like Kamayu, Yehuda. That's tomorrow. All right. All the best. Have a nice day.